Hey guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Exos Heroes, let's talk about Fate Core Lyungen because she is going to receive her Core Reverse upgrade, with which she is going to receive a really good buff in a passive skill effect, and let's see what kind of implications she will now have in the current contents. Alright, let's get this started. Right away guys, the artwork is pretty much the same because she's just going to receive a Core Reverse upgrade, alright? And right over here, the notice it says Core Reverse chance increase Raid Baker Lyungen recruit, and the period is going to be starting from after the maintenance till December 7, Monday, 2021, 59 UTC time. So it's actually going to be out there for a total of 7 days, okay? And you can recruit the hero plus Fate Core with a higher probability than the premium recruitment. As she is a black Fate Core hero unit, she is going to drop at 0.7% chance, and you can PD summon her after 19 multi summons. Alright, so there's a little bit of lore going on around over there. Main hero, you can recruit her, blah blah blah. And looking into her artwork, she looks cute, but not definitely a waifu type. Right over here, skill change. Passive skill hardening baguette has been added. Alright, so right over here guys, Thirst 2 passive skill effect. Upon taking damage, deals damage 30% to and afflicts stun on the attacker for 5 turns when skill hits. It can be quite helpful sometimes to disable the opponent from taking any actions at all. Alright, and gains mana 1 mana if the health of the target is at 80% or more. It's very good. Unless the opponent is under the status immunity effects, that target is actually gonna get stunned for 5 turns, and that can be quite helpful in certain conditions out there guys. Next is gonna be the Dragon Knight Blessing. Increases damage dealt to the dragons with the dragon scale of order activated by 250%. That's real good. That is the reason why she can actually be taken into the Holy Dragon Grounds, and you can actually expect some really good damage going on around there. Alright. Overtime effect decreases the enhanced Dragon Fang effect used by the machine element dragon of order by 20%. So you would definitely want to bring her out there in the machine element dragon. I think it's in Wednesday, I guess, if I'm not wrong, right? Sorry about that. I'm a little bit confused about that one. Anyways, if you are going to fight against the machine element, like dragon in the Holy Dragon Grounds, you will be able to mitigate some of his damage incoming to your allies, okay? And that's going to be really helpful in order to survive even longer in the Holy Dragon Grounds and keep on scoring a lot of points so that you can lay your hands on a lot of Relic of Dragon Dynasty, right? Next is going to be the Barrier of Will. Trigger when 70% or more of the own maximum health is taken at once, can't be removed, and blah blah blah. So what's going to happen is that for the next 2 turns, he is going to reduce the incoming damage by a hefty 50% out there, but for the remaining next 3 turns, he is going to get enhanced damage, and that can be a little bit problematic out there, guys. So it's like a 2-edged sword right over there. And finally, let's talk about the main passive skill effect right over here that is just recently added. That's going to be known as the Hardened Baguette, okay? Once per round at the start of own turn, okay? So it's a passive skill effect. It's going to be happening every freaking time whenever she's going to get her turn, alright? And it's going to be activated once per round because, like, if somehow, thanks to Schmidt or maybe, like, Fate Core Shell, if she managed to get her extra turn, it's not going to be in effect, okay? So, just forget that. Next is gonna be this right over here. What are the effects? Let's talk about them. Single. Deals 30% damage to one enemy who has more health than self. Okay, sounds pretty normal. It's like, what? I'm like, she is a defensive unit. She's not even an attack unit. So you cannot actually expect a lot of damage incoming from her. So only 30% of damage to one enemy. It's like, okay, some puny tiny little damage right over there. But now it's the status effects that we are pretty much very attracted about, okay? So let's look into this right over here. Afflicts the target with stun for 3 freaking turns. Think about it. Now it is real awesome. Unless the opponent is not under the influence of status effect immunity, like let's say Fate Core, who can actually get the status immunity effect from her first active skill, right? In that case, it's not going to be implied on them, but usually in most of the case scenario, guys, the opponent is definitely going to get stunned right over there, and it's happening automatically. All right, nobody needs to attack her for her to, like, induce this effect right over here, like her main passive skill effect right over here, guys, okay? Like, let's say if somebody's going to attack her, then only at that time she's going to stun the attacker for 5 turns, right? But this one is going to be automatically inflicted on any random opponent who has the higher health than herself, okay? So if that's the condition right out there, definitely she's going to be able to do that. And finally, she's going to gain 1 mana as well. This is real awesome. I mean, like, as a defensive unit, she has all of the amazing skill sets right over here, right away, being able to mitigate the incoming damage by hefty 50% right over there, and also being able to stun the attacker right over there, guys. That's That's awesome. And obviously her stats are pretty amazing as well as a defensive unit, being able to tank a lot of damage out there, and on top of that one, being able to stun the opponent as well randomly every freaking turn she gets, I mean like per round. Alright, that is very valuable. That is very good utility right over there, ladies and gentlemen. With her in the team, definitely you are actually going to have much easier time in controlling the opponents, especially if the opponent has like those tanky opponents who has more higher health than compared to the this Fate Core Lyungen right over here. And that is also one big issue out there, meaning like, what if all the opponents right over there are pretty much damage dealer type, like so Fate Core Deva, Fate Core Rera, Fate Core Battery, Fate Core Annie, and Fate Core Iris, and so on and on, right? In that case, she might actually have very hard time finding that particular opponent who has higher health than herself, and that can be a really big problem out there, right? Even though this skill really do possess a very good utility right over there, it has a lot of potential right over there. The thing is that it's pretty limited at the same time, and that makes it not really that superb in my opinion. Okay, yes, being able to inflict this target with stun for 3 turns is pretty good, and being able to gain 1 mana right over there, really awesome as well. But the problem is that like being able to deal that damage only to that particular target who has more health than herself is pretty limiting factor right over there, guys. Okay, so well, there we go. It's really up to you to actually realize if she's really good with that or not. And that is it. And next, let's talk about our active skill number 1. Iron Will Punch skill isn't changed. It's pretty much the same thing. It requires 1 mana. Effect is gonna be single target deals 20% damage to one enemy. Single target damage right over there. And status effect afflicts the target with a shock for 3 turns. Shock is pretty much like stun. That actually makes the opponent not being able to perform any kind of action at all for the next 3 turns. Next is going to be the Sweet Barrage. Skill isn't changed as well. Sweet Barrage right over here. Required mana 4 mana. Definitely this is going to be quite helpful with the Signature Force. If you have Signature Force activated, then definitely she is going to be able to deal a lot of damage to the back row opponents, because she's only going to attack the opponents in the back row. Deals 240% damage to all back row enemies right over there. So that is it, guys. All right. So talking about her attack speed is about like I think 71 or 72 points, which I think is pretty good enough, nearly as same as that of Fate Core Iris. Okay, so that means like she is going to get a lot of turn pretty fast, in my opinion, and being able to afflict that passive damage to an opponent and being able to stun them and also gaining that 1 mana can be quite helpful right over there, provided that there's an opponent who has more HP than her. But if that's not the situation, then maybe she is not really that effective. All right, and if you're asking me, is she really good at changing the current meta, and I would say like not really, in my opinion. If you guys have different opinion and insights about her, please let me in the comment section below. And if you are really asking me like, should we be really going in for her, should we be really summoning her, and I would say like no, because one reason, Fate Core Chatty is on the way, Fate Core Corgi is in the way, and they might actually possess some of the really good skills out there. And I think Fate Core Corgi is husband of so many players out there, and Fate Core Chad is definitely a wifey of mine, alright, because she is really amazing and gorgeous, alright. I mean, like, what the hell is she right there? We live for wifey, not for lolly, alright. Let's make that clear. And with that thing said, guys, I would definitely say no to this character. I mean, like, she has potential, but her limitation actually outweighs, in my opinion. It's very problematic right over there. If she would actually just target one enemy in random, that would have actually made her very effective indeed, alright. But she is actually only going to target that opponent who has more health than herself, and herself being a defensive unit, definitely she is going to stack a lot of HP points, and you cannot even go and start building that Raid or Flame Guardian Stone sets on her to provide that 5000 HP, because higher the HP she has, the lesser the effective she will become. You will really have to forcibly go with the Frost Element type Guardian Stones to improve her defensive stats, right, so that she can actually withstand in the battle a lot more. But guess what, guys, the Signature Force totally ignores the defense effect. That means, like, as the Signature Force is the current meta, pretty much, well, that Frost Element Guardian set effect is bullshit, okay? I mean, like, that addition of 700 defense is pretty much vague. It's totally useless. So with that thing being said, I would say nah. I mean, like, she can be pretty squishy if you really are trying to provide her stats while focusing this hardened baguette right over there. So, well, pretty mixed feeling, guys. I would say not really worth summoning. Anyways, right over here, Percussion's Red Baker Lyungen is black rated Fate Core. The probability of recruiting in Fate Core chance increases by 0.7% chance. That's what I already said to you guys. Exclusive weapon chance increased red bread. This is how it really looks like. If you guys somehow got lucky and to get this stuff right over there from the holy, like a relic of Dragon Dynasty, that would be really awesome. But if you are actually asking me, should we be really spending cess into this shit right over here, and I would say like no. You're only supposed to save your cess only for the new hero units, or let's say the new Fate Core units that is definitely going to come around real soon. Alright, and for that one you have to save your cess, because these weapons, they are pretty much, it just provides those, I would say, minor buffs in my opinion, because the main meta right over here, ladies and gentlemen, is Signature Force. Okay, so even if you are going to really build your character very solid, I really don't think it's really going to provide really that amazing boost to that character. And one thing I would like to say is that exclusive equipment really don't have anything to do with improving the skill feature, or let's say the skill effect of the hero units. Alright, and with that thing said and done, I mean like this is pretty much pathetic and very useless in my opinion. I mean like just its stats, like what the hell is that? No, and attack speed is pretty much same as the other exclusive equipment right over there. Hit nearly the same, critical nearly the same, critical hit nearly the same. It's like, what the hell is that? It's pretty much the same. Alright, so don't do that. If you are a beginner, that's what I want to really say to you guys. But if you are already watching my video for a very long period of time, you know what I really think about those exclusive equipments, right? So anyways, that is it. Let me know your opinions, views, insights in the comment section below. That's it, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you really did like my video, and see you guys in the next video.